Hey everyone, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. We've got D.I.Y Dave here. He's about to put his new fresh squirters in. So a few checks. What a checklist there actually. We'll have to look at that checklist in a minute. Everything's nice and clean.
Yeah.
So you reckon those ports are clean?
I hope so, mate.
All right, I'm going to climb up there.
All right.
Here we go. There's my special stepping, what do we call this? A special stepping podium. We couldn't say like it's a milk crate or anything. That'd be dodgy as, right? Okay. Beautiful. That looks pretty clean. So that doesn't focus that well, but I'll stick an eye down there. If you say they're clean, they're clean. It's your car. You've seen the video. So if you say they're clean, they're clean. So valve clearances all within spec?
Yep, they are.
Beautiful. What was the lowest? Do you remember? Was it an inlet or exhaust or just curiosity?
I had one.
You got a bit of a note there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So number 2 on the inlet was 0.2. One of them was 0.2, the other was 0.25.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, beautiful. I'm happy with that. That's what they usually are. Did you remember to take your ratchet off the crankshaft?
I certainly did. I checked it twice.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Did it say that in the video or something, did it? Or?
I wrote it down.
You wrote it down?
Yeah.
From a video though? Or
Or
did I say it today?
My anxiety, I think.
Okay, cool.
Just like the radiator over.
Beautiful.
You know, that didn't work though.
Okay, so it must be time to put some injectors in. Oh, actually, so have you cleaned that, give that a bit of a clean yet? Let's do that now, I reckon, before we finish off that. And then, so what we'll do, we'll get the vacuum set up and get the, just like your average medium size flat, just a bit of a quick scrape around, vac to get all any loose bits out, and then a bit of degreaser on a rag and just stick in there, give it a bit of a wipe, but there's no build up in this one. People, if you know what we're talking about, see the last video. I think it's called D.I.Y Dave or something like that. In case you missed it, there's no build up, it's just get that excess off. And we want to scrape with a small screwdriver around this hole and vac all that out as well. Let us know when you got that done and whack some new injectors in. What you need to do is take a photo of these babies, yep, like that. Right, taking a photo like that. To get the top of those compensation codes on top of the injectors. What I normally do is take one picture of all of them, so you know your order 1, 2, 3, 4 left to right, and then you can probably zoom it, and if you can't zoom it, then just take a separate picture of each one up close like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to drop these little injector seats down the ports and make sure they're sitting flat. Put a little bit of moly coat on these O-rings here, and then they can go in, unless I've forgotten something. We'll go to the checklist while you're doing that. Now this isn't all that matters, but this is our little, it's pretty old now, injector checklist thing. So you can have a look at these items if you're doing your own injectors. Are the ports clean? Did all 4 seats come out? Well, you need to make sure of that too. Were the injectors aligned correct? That's what we're doing now. So this is more of a things you need to do now that you learn from doing the videos to get it right, and just make sure that these all 100% ticked. And it doesn't mean if it's not here, it's not something else that can go wrong. This is just a few things that you need to just make sure is done correctly. That's what I'm talking about, and you'll end up with a photo like that you can clearly read to input the compensation codes later. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. That's looking better with some new squirters in there. Nice new freshies. Look, much looking better in the engine than on the bench. So injectors in, clamps on, return line on, new return line gaskets, of course. Just sitting it all in position now. So we're going to just basically get it all finger tight. Then we'll use we use the valve cover and just double check all the alignment. Even though you know the way to sort of get the alignment, you just sort of wiggle the injector back and forth till it centralizes while you're tightening up that return line bolt around that side there. And just double check it with the valve cover, looking through the holes. Don't push the cover down too much and get it stuck on there with the red caps. Precaution for everyone. And once you know you got the alignment right, carefully get the cover back off and torque everything down. And it's not, what did the other guy say? 23. This is critical, 23. These are critical at 25. No, it's 22 on the injector clamps, right there, 100%. On the return line of the injectors, on the back of the injector, those 4 16 Newton meters. I've got to actually think in case I say the wrong thing, you know. And the one at the back that you're putting in now, that one there, that's 13 Newton meters. Time to get out that new Norbar and give it a test out, I reckon.
Right.
Isn't it funny? I normally got the Warren & Brown 321 500. You've got the Warren & Brown 321 500 handy.
I do.
And I've got And Johnny's normally got the Nor bar, and now I got the Nor bar handy, so we can double check against each other, do a bit of a comparison.
Yeah, it will be good.
Yeah. So, time to double check that alignment. Beautiful. Okay, the test valve cover's on, and don't look at the alignment of these or those, because they're torque to spec. They could be out a little bit. What you got to look at is this here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good enough. No, not my car. No, they're good. I can't get the camera in there really, but you know, looks pretty good. But I'll get in there and have a look for you. But I reckon that's pretty good, and we'll get this cover off and torque it all down. This extension's long enough. We'll give this new Nor bar I've got here a try. Now it's going to hit the tank a little bit. We don't want that, so I'll come around there. You stay there. That's all right. See how I go with the Nor bar. Made in the UK. I went for the shorter extension option. I like that ratcheting effect. Yeah, I could have went a slightly longer extension or the deep reach socket. Beautiful. I like this ratcheting thing. Happy days. Oh, you meant to be working on the car and I'm the cameraman? I felt that was there anyway. Yeah. Just I went, no, I'm going to keep going. I knew it was right, but it was just, must have been like half a Newton meter away. Anyway, I need a longer extension for that. I'll just drop this. I'll upset your wiring loom contraption here for a minute. We'll just let that drop down. Whoops, and the other end as well, but that's all right. So sometimes the injectors are a bit of a tight fit, so that's why they do take a little bit of getting down there. Cool. Now what I want to do is get the 321500 and just back it up in case we've got a faulty tool here, because this one's brand new, never been used before. Let's just imagine it was faulty or it got dropped somewhere along the line. That wouldn't be good, would it? No. Let's grab the 321500 and we'll double check it. All right, we've got the brand, this is like a brand new 3215. We've got some new tools going on here, mate. Okay, that's what I'd expect. It felt right with that tool. And I reckon that was sort of like bang on as well, like it might move a smidgen or nothing, you know what I mean? Yeah. This is critical.
Oh, look at that.
No, you lost the tools down in the engine. This is critical, like the man said. They're covered in oil, go clean that. Don't drop your torque wrench while you're running over there. Calm down, stay calm. Everyone stay calm. Okay. This is critical. Do you know someone else that said that? No. But then he said this is critical, and then he gave all the wrong numbers. Yeah, confused. 23 where the 16 and the 13 is. That's a fair way off. 25 on the 22. It's not too bad. This is 22. 25, not too bad, but I think the engineers come up with 22 for a reason. So 22, 23, not really 25 or 30 or anything like that. But, you know, people do it. Okay, what's going to happen if you over-tighten your injectors? Let's have a bit of chit-chat. Well, the internal tolerances are very small, like 1-2 microns. So when you clamp down the injector, if you've got old rebuilt injectors or you've got aftermarket injectors or if you've got whatever, you might not have a tight fit injector. The injectors were changed in recent times. They fit tighter, so there's less flex. They're banana, if you like. They're getting clamped down at the top, as you can see up here, and the seat's down the bottom. It's like, what is it, 6 or 7 inches down the injector. Let's go and measure. Here's the old injectors, and here's the 6-inch rule, 150 mil more to the point, but look, put 150, there we go. It's about bang on 6 inches. Good estimate, Anthony, right? So that's where the clamps sit up there, right? And about 145, just under millimeters So the discs, so they get clamped down here, and that's why if you look at every injector, if I spin it around, you'll see a wear mark on every single injector. See that? So you know what I'm telling you is the truth. This is the evidence. Clamp at the top, seat at the bottom. What's got to happen? It's got to bend. It's got to rub. I promise you, if all of these don't have an identical wear mark, okay, it's my shout for a set of injectors for everybody that's subscribed with the bell on. Right? You've got to be confident to say stuff like that, don't you, right? Mate, I've been doing this a while. They're the same stuff, mate. Everyone's going, oh, hopefully it's not on this one. No, sorry, people. There it is, right? So subscribe and turn the bell on, and you get the real info and everything you need to know about your Prada, your Hilux, your 1KD, or whatever diesel engine you got, whatever petrol engine you got. So were the ports clean?
Yes.
All the 4 seats came out before, you know, it was all clean, yep. Injectors on collectory, yep. Right. Parts like the valve cover clean, inspected for cracks. Okay, we have to do that. We have to put the gasket in. Clear picture of comp codes, yep. Lube O-ring, you did that. Check alignment, yep, we've done that. Torquing clamps 22, done that. Torque return line to 16, rear one to 13. It's critical. It's imperative. It is critical. In wet, windy, dusty conditions, get away now. It's all calm here, beautiful. Red caps off before you fit the pipes. Don't fit the cover with the caps on, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Do not forget to take those red caps off with the cover on. 4 little Donny Dobbs RTV at the front, nozzle seals, yeah. All right, 16 Newton meters with a 321-500. Beautiful, look at that, beautiful. Don't forget to push the pin back in, this ain't no Norbar. You can do that after you put it on. I mean, you'd have to, just a reminder, you know, you might have been going to do it, but I thought I'll put it out there anyway. You're going to have to go back and reposition to get that one. This is where the Norbar is good, isn't it?
Yes,
you can just ratchet it, you know. And it's a bit lighter as well. So here we are. We love these Australian-made Warren and Brown. It is good, and I believe it's really good precision as well. So we're not unrecommending that. But some jobs, the Norbar can be handy as well. So it all depends, you know, what jobs you're doing. But either one will get the job done. You pick these up off eBay for about $240, I reckon. And if you go to tool shops, generally they'll match it, that sort of thing. Similar price to the Norbar. I think it retails about $300, but again, sales and online and whatever, they'll do around closer to $250, and they might match it and stuff like that. You just got to ask. So you're looking about the same money. Yep, double check them all. That's beautiful. So these are all the 16s. That's it. Does it feel nice?
Yeah.
In your mind, because that's a hollow bolt and it's got a, you know, double-sided washer each side, and the fuel returns from the injector through that rail. Does that feel like the right torque that would seal that gas, so that gasket would seal and not leak fuel into your engine?
It's not real tight though, is
it? It isn't. No, it's just, you get a feel for it. Yeah. It's here. Does that feels right, doesn't it? Yeah.
Nice,
we know the tools, right? We've just checked them against each other.
Yep.
Now, the last thing people do not ever forget this, don't get too excited and chuck your valve cover on, because you've still got that one at the back. This is critical. That one at the back there, critical. If you forget that one, your engine's going to get flooded with fuel. You're going to be blowing smoke. You're going to think you've done a turbo. Check your oil level. It's going to be all kind of watery like diesel, you know, oil on oil. And yeah, not good, right? So 13 Newton meters. It's a bit awkward to get to. Dave's a bit nervous on the camera here, D.I.Y Dave, so we're going to give him a break at the moment. We're going to talk that one up to 13 Newton meters at the back, we said, and then we're going to get the caps off, the RTV on the prescribed places, and the caps off, and get the cover on, and sit the nozzle holders in as verandas and all that. We're going to get on with it. Okay, so that's where it's at. The injectors are in, the return line's on, it's all torqued down, Mickey Mouse, and we're going to leave it at that for now. Take a bit of a break, and then we'll come back to it. And what do we got to do next? Next step is valve cover clean, ready, inspected for cracks. Happy days. If that's the case, the head surface needs to be clean where the valve cover is going to go. 4 dobs of RTV there. Once that's done, the 4 caps come off. The valve cover goes on, drop it on, sit the 4 nozzle seals in place like verandas. Put your bolts in slowly, very slowly. Go around and around and around lots of times. Very many passes, a little bit at a time. You don't want to crack the valve cover. And that ends up down at 9 Newton meters. And then you can continue to put the pipes on 4, 3, 2, 1. And push the nozzle seals in as that happens, and pull the red caps off down the bottom of the common rail here, one by one. 4, 3, 2, 1. Put all the clamps on while you're putting the pipes on, all these clamps, so the alignment of all the pipes is correct. with all the clamps in the right place. But I think that's enough for this video. Bada bing, bada boom. Subscribe, turn the bell on if you want to see a bit more info in the next one. From DIY Dave's efforts here on the 2012 150 Prado. 211?
Yeah.
2011, yeah, close enough
close
anyway, more or less.
Close enough.
2010 to 13, 150 Prado. No, they're all about the same. All right, people, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button if you learned something. Catch you on the next one.